customization. When it comes to customization, this is the make or break for you if you want the phone. If you want a Xiaomi phone versus a Samsung phone versus an Apple, well, I ain't gonna mention Apple because they don't customize at all. If you truly want to customize any phone, this is the company that will help you do it, and they won't charge you for it as much. Samsung you can customize your phone as much as you want to. However, there's some features that you have to pay for, or the AIs come in where you have to pay for it in the future. But with Xiaomi, the one thing they're trying to get is your loyalty in your phone, I believe. And this phone is customization. Let's start to talk about the wallpapers. So when I first got this phone, the way you can quickly access the wallpaper is touch and hold. And it's a very gentle haptic touch. And what you can see is that there's these bubbles here that are present on each one of these apps. And what you can do is when you tap one, go up here and it pops up and it disappears like that. Or you can tap one of these and tap this one and this one, and then you can create a folder with those. And as you can see, that graphic pulled that folder together. Also on the home page right here, you can create these large folders. So the way you can do that is you hold it. Let's drag it over here. Okay, you hold it, you hit edit folder, and this menu pops up. You can either enlarge it or you can make it extra large. So this is extra large, and then this is enlarged. So only 3 apps are enlarged, and this one, none of the apps are enlarged. They're all the same. They're all the same. And as you can see, there are widgets. So once again, you tap and you hold, you hit that widget button, and here are your options of widgets. Now some of these are Xiaomi widgets, but they're in English if you have the global ROM, and they do work 100% of the time. So it's just like using a phone like you're in the States. So you won't be held back with any Chinese bloatware or anything that would turn you off or annoy you as much, but that's just cool. Okay, so speaking of the home screen, let's go ahead and hold on to that and then hit the home screen settings, the transition effects. So you can go and you can transition from different pages by either doing a slide, crossfade, tumble, and they give you an example of what it looks like when you tap it, or the crossfade. But I like to do the traditional slide. All right, and let's go ahead and talk about the home screen layout. So obviously you can change the amount of the layout based on how many apps you want, and length and width wise. Let's see what else we got here. We have more. So let's go into more. Animation speed. So remember, we had that conversation on the Samsung, and I'll post my videos and link to all my Samsung reviews under my playlist of Samsung. But you sometimes would like to have a quick transition when it comes to your apps opening up or not. Initially, when this phone is launched or when you open it up, it's under balance, but I like fast animation speeds. I want to get there quick. Now with the Samsung, you switch that in the accessibility mode, that speed will sometimes stutter a little bit. You have no issues here with the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, and this is last year's model. So you can only imagine what the Xiaomi 14 Ultra can do. But that's just really cool that you can do that right away. All right, in the home screen, with Chinese phones, you have an option to do the home screen in the classic sense, and this is what the classic sense looks like. Nothing there. With the app drawer, which is what I use all the time, and then you can do it with light mode, which it has bigger UI elements, more accessibility, enhanced security. But the classic, the apps will be all over the screens, and that's all, not my jam. And I like to have things hidden and nice and clean and simplified. So that is pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about the recents. So as you can see, the recent pop up here. Nice little 120 hertz right there. Disappeared. All right, let's open up some more. And as you can see, that fast animation speed is right there. So with the, let's go here. Oh, you can also do the system navigation gestures from the home screen option here. So you really don't have to go to the settings from the home, but you can go from the home screen settings right on the phone, which is pretty cool. And you can do your gestures here. And it'll show you what to do. And then you can actually but give an example of each one of the features. So they're very thoughtful when it comes to what you were trying to do. As you can see here, right from the edge. So once you get into it, I mean, it may seem complicated from this, but these are some very cool features, and I do enjoy that. All right, let's talk about the recents. Okay, so I showed you the recents earlier, and you have two options. You can either do it vertically, as you can see in this one. Let's tap that one, or you can do it horizontally, where I showed you earlier. So we're gonna do it vertically. Wow. Now with Samsung, you would need a good lock. I have no problem using good lock, but this comes standard with the Xiaomi phone. Pretty cool. So let's go back to the more. You can change your icon size here. You can lock the home screen layout to where nothing moves. Let's see what else you got here. You can show the memory status of each one of the apps. You can blur and previews. All that's cool. But let's go back to the range recent. I want to make sure I'm back to where I'm at, so I won't get lost. All right, let's talk about more customization. Let's talk about wallpapers. So Xiaomi is no stranger to wallpapers. They've been doing it for 13 years, I believe, since it's the 13th version. And if not, comment below if this is inaccurate, because this is my first time using the Xiaomi in depth, so I'm very new to this. Let's go ahead and click this one right here, which is the wallpaper icon. And as you can see, it almost opens up a store. Now, the cool thing about Xiaomi is that most of these are free. I haven't tapped one of these categories to see and I haven't seen any prices on any. You can just apply it, which is awesome. And there's plenty of there's so many of them that you just get lost in all of the wallpaper goodness. Like this one, you wanted that, you could apply it. Oh, donuts. You can apply it to both, home and lock screen. And they give you a preview of what it looks like. Not just one. I mean, you can swipe over and just see the entire line of pink. This is amazing. I mean, you could just look at that. I just thought that was very interesting. Or, I mean, maybe it's done on other ones, but I have my Samsung and I barely look at a thing. The first one I had was when I paid for it, which was $1.40. No problem on the price, but it's just the fact that it costs to have something cool. Where with this, I could just go ahead and apply as normal. And that's just standard. It's very cool. Okay, let's talk about themes. Here's another one that, let's talk about wallpapers again. So these are the customizable wallpapers, but Xiaomi has something different. It's called a super wallpaper. So we go back to the wallpaper icon from the settings menu. You still have the options to go in here and pick as many wallpapers as possible. But what's also different is the super wallpapers. The super wallpapers create an animation that flows through the lock screen to the home page. Now, in order for you to do the super wallpapers, you have to download these. I mean, they give you the option. If you see the super wallpaper heading here, it'll be a few of them and they'll say you can download it. But for instance, let's go ahead and select one of the super wallpapers. This is what it's going to look like when you have the phone after you tap it without unlocking it. It's going to look like that. And then when you unlock it, it's going to look like this. And then when the home screen goes, it looks like that, which is really cool. Here's another one. So when it's just sitting there and always on display, this is what it's going to look like. Then when you tap it from the lock screen will show this. And then home screen, it continues the process. But another one was pretty cool is Mars. And I've never seen Mars in general, but this is what it looks like from always on display. It's moving. This is what it looks like when you tap it, and this is what it looks like when you're at the home page. That is very cool. Like, who can do that but Xiaomi? All right, so let's talk about, I'm going to do another one. So, you know, I'm from Earth, which I'm so cool. This is what Earth looks like from a distance. You tap that wallpaper, this is what it looks like. And then it just shows a nice little cavern or cavernous rock water area, which is pretty cool and neat. And then it just, when you lock it, it goes back to that. All right, let me just do the other one. Snowy peaks. This is what it looks like from your always on display. When you tap that lock button, and then when you unlock it, it goes to, that is just so neat. And I feel like more of the other companies should come up with this. This is awesome. All right, so back to the home page. We're gonna hold this down and we're going to go back to the wallpaper icon, and look, they have themes. So as you can see, I don't have the traditional, well, I have somewhat traditional icons here, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna show you there's so many themes that you can download that it's not even funny. So we're gonna do that, touch the wallpaper icon, go to themes. So you select one, and these are all free, by the way. And as you can see, the entire theme can be changed. You can change the lock, whatever. Let's just say, for instance, you know, after applying it, this is what it looks like. Even the recents are changed. Pretty cool. But here's the cool part. When you go to categories, excuse me, my account, here's all the themes that I've downloaded. I don't like all of the icon changes. I don't like all of the lock screen. I don't like all of the home pages, you know, so I don't like it all the way through. You can actually customize the theme here, and you can select your lock style, right? You can select your lock style. Then you can select your status bar, which is the recent. You can select your icons. You can select your favorites tray, and you can select your boot animation, which is cool, and your boot audio. Speaking of audio, let's go ahead and talk about our ringtones. So you can go to the ringtones here, and as you can see, you can just get any ringtone that you want, and it's free. Like, this is great. Like, if I just select that one and I just want to hear it, this is what it sounds like. There's just so many ringtones and options. You can either do it by soulful tunes. Let's see what this, let's see this. A melody for me. And they even have what type of, if it's a melody, it could be as an alarm, and it's love. This is amazing. Not only that, I'm gonna get back to this on my own personal time because I want to change some of the ringtones. So let's go into fonts. So in the Samsung, you can go in there, you can pick like a few fonts, but for this one, you can pick a multitude of fonts. and it just talks about Xiaomi's prowess when it comes to their entire just customization board. I mean, this is fully customizable in every single way. You can spend hours on this phone, and I find this phone very fascinating as I'm continue to go.